Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us with live coverage of high school softball on the Region Sports Network. We come to you from Crown Point High School as the Andrean 59ers are in town to take on the Crown Point Bulldogs. I'm Chris Ramirez. I'll have the play-by-play for today's game, at least some of it. And joining me at my left side here is Jimmy McCormick. Welcome in, Jimmy.
Hey, Chris. How's it going for you today?
It's going pretty good. We've got a beautiful day out here, our second trip to Crown Point for softball. And it's like, well, it's always sunnier in Crown Point for some reason, it seems, huh?
Looks beautiful out here today. Things have improved even from the last time we were out here as far as the complex and the things around here and the work and all the construction that's been going on. A lot of improvements still coming, and it all looks great, and it looks better in the sun here today.
Sure does, and we'll actually have a chat with Bill DeRullo, the school's AD, at some point. Bill's going to try to make it back up here with everything going on. He said he could probably grab a few minutes, and he's going to tell us about all the things they've done. And just to give you an idea with Bill, since he's been here at Crown Point, 2003 he got here, and been 9 team state championships under his watch so far, and a few other runner-ups as well. So it's been a good run. We'll talk to him about that coming up. But right now it's all about Crown Point and Andrean girls varsity high school softball here on the Region Sports Network. Telling you it's a beautiful day. Let's start right there with the economy first pitch forecast. And it's a beautiful day out here. It's 57 degrees, but it seems like 75. It's an east wind of about 8 miles an hour, but that comes and goes a little bit, so really not much of an effect. But if it were to have an effect, it would be up blowing in over the left field fence there. So it could potentially, a big enough gust, I guess, prevent a fly ball from going out or traveling too deep. But I don't expect that to be much of an issue today.
No, both of these teams are loaded in the circle here. As far as that goes, they both have 2 great pitchers coming on the mound with Lexi Smith and Abby Bond doing battle today. Both of them both teams have quality hitters littering their lineup from 1 through 9 that have the ability to probably hit it through that little bit of wind that, like you said, shouldn't really be a factor here today. But could come into play.
Yep, we'll see how it goes. The first pitch forecast is brought to you today by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Got several sponsors that we'll mention throughout the game. I want to thank all the businesses locally that get involved with us and help make this coverage possible for you, free of charge. I want to thank, starting off with Mayor Pete Land and the City of Crown Point. The Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say, go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving the history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, and encouraging smart growth. Registration is now open for their spring and summer 2024 Crown Point Athletics programming. For a complete list of adult and youth activities, visit crownpoint.in.gov. All right. Umpires and the head coaches have met here right now. They're down the third baseline talking with Lake Central head coach Angie Richwalski. Andrean is led this season by Miranda Elish. So 2 kind of, I guess you could say, almost local legends going at it. Angie Richwalski was Angie Funston at Lake Central back in the day. I think 2004, 2005 grad, was on one of those a couple of those great teams, 3-year starter, I believe, and then ended up with a great college career. So she's running the show for the Bulldogs now, and Miranda Elish, who was a star right here for Crown Point, I think graduated in 2016. She is now the interim coach, at least for the time being. We'll see what happens down the road, but she, for this season, is the interim coach. So, again, a matchup, Jimmy, of a couple local softball legends.
Yeah, the 2 of them, obviously, I wasn't really around much to see Angie play, but I take your word for it and believe she was an absolute baller on those Lake Central teams. Miranda Ellis, being able to see her career a little bit as I'm a little bit younger, and she's obviously same. So getting to see her career in college at Oregon, Texas, Oklahoma State, she was, as the great Dick Vitale would say, primetime player at all those places. Yeah, she was. Yep, she was on ESPN all the time, or whatever
big channels were showing college softball. If she was pitching, it was usually nationally covered.
Right. She was the player of the year, I believe, right before when in her season at Texas, if I'm not mistaken. I think her season at Texas, she won player of the year, if I read correctly today.
I spoke too soon. The managers or the umpires and the head coaches are now meeting at home plate. That's Miranda Ellish in the left-handers batter's box and Angie Funchten-Richwalski in the right-handed batter's box. Don't have the names of the two officials here today, or the two umpires, I should say. But an absolutely perfect spring day in Northwest Indiana for some high school softball.
We had slightly warmer weather last time, but again, when it's April and it's sunny, you can't complain when you're playing baseball in Northwest Indiana because it can be a lot worse than this.
Yeah, I don't imagine anybody suited up in uniform is going to complain about today's weather conditions. It's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful spring day at Crown Point, and we're glad to be here. So, Jimmy, let's get our starting lineups here. The batting order today for the visiting Andrean 59ers.
For Andrean, we have number 4, Maggie Voliva, leading us off, followed by number 5, Sadie Drusius, followed by Abby Bond in the 3-hole, Libby Voliva, sister of Maggie, batting the cleanup spot. Batting 5th, Aubrey Grasha. Batting 6th, we'll have Micah Snyder. Batting 7th, Lainey Dukas. Batting 8th, Danny Poshkin. And batting 9th will be Maddie McCoy. The flex player for Andrean today playing third base is Addison Kammer.
All right, let's take a look at the defensive alignment now for the Crown Point Lady Bulldogs. Molly Scott, Scarlett Tetman, and Sam Dunlop, the outfielders, left, center, and right. Lexi Howard, Chloe Wentz, Julianne Kroger, and Ashlyn Kita are the infielders from third around to first. And Lexi Smith will be in the circle today. She's going to be firing them away to Samara Franson. So that is your defensive alignment, your starting 9 for the Crown Point Lady Bulldogs. Give me the catch. Let me finish filling this out here. I've had a hard time with my defensive sheets today.
Yes,
give me the Andrean
catcher today is Lainey Dukas, our 7-hitter for the 59ers.
Lainey Dukas. Okay, we'll give you Andrean's defensive alignment when they take the field. Got a little bit of a delay here, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what, but we'll have softball action for you coming up momentarily.
I notice we don't have our PA announcer friend up here today, so maybe they were waiting for that, and now they're realizing that's not coming. We're the only guys up here with headphones and speakers. So.
That was exactly my thinking as well, that they must be waiting for the PA man, but it's just us. We'll have to yell out the window.
Yeah, we can.
Now batting.
Maybe we could talk loud enough through these that they can hear who's coming up, and the parents can be double happy with us for doing a broadcast for them and then doing the PA at the same time.
Yep. I know it's difficult to get people for these kind of positions. 4:30 is tough. We have trouble all the time when we're scheduling games like this. It's an odd time of day for the rest of the world. If you don't have a commitment to this, it can be tough at times. And I know we got to meet Tom the other day, and he's got a full-time job, So great guy, but it can be tough. So it's too bad the kids like to hear their names over the PA, but again, it's that's to me has always been the tricky part is the 4:30. I had Larry Babcock working for me for a while, and he worked over the winter, scheduling officials. Not a big deal, Jimmy, but then came spring. Okay, and with call-offs and rainouts and everything else, and guys working overtime, can't get there, Larry would spend 5-6 hours a day doing reschedules. And that's just a tricky thing that you run into with the 4:30 starts. What I'm hoping is that maybe as we see more and more stadiums or fields get lights, be nice to see maybe back up a 5:30, 6 o'clock start occasionally. Fans have more time to get there, et cetera, et cetera. And so do the people that need to work the event.
Yeah, I know over at Lake Central on the baseball field, they already benefited from that this year at least once by pushing a game back that would have otherwise had to been rescheduled because of rain and other things.
All right, here we go, Jimmy.
All right, coming up to the plate, leading us off for Andrean, number 4, Maggie Voliva. Here comes the first pitch. And a called strike delivered by Lexi Smith. She did a good job controlling the game last time we came to see her against Lake Central despite the loss.
Andrean, number 1 in Class 2A.
Yeah, Andrean's done a good job this year. They've battled in some really close games. They're very battle-tested. 10 of their 13 wins have been in games decided by 3 runs or less. Very interesting about this team.
Yeah, great start to the season for the Lady 59ers.
Maggie Voliva having a great start to her season as well, batting .561. No strikeouts on the year, Chris. 6 walks.
That's amazing. That's what you need out of your leadoff hitter.
They're,
Get on base. .561 plus 6 walks.
Right, plus 6 walks. So you know that OBP is a little bit higher. I believe she's close to 600 in that regard.
Ground ball smash right back to Lexi Smith. She fields it, throws over to first. And we have the first out of the inning.
Yeah, great job right there by Lexi fielding the ball back at her at her position, getting it over to first and getting on to the next hitter.
Sadie Drusis is the hitter now. Center fielder in today's ball game for Miranda Ellish. Off-speed pitch misses. NIPSCO is proud to be powering the youth of Northern Indiana and wishing its Northern Indiana high schools to have a safe competition while displaying sportsmanship on and off the field. Thanks to NIPSCO for sponsoring today's ball game. There's a pitch that misses. The count's 2 balls and no strikes. Crowd still showing up here, and that'll be the case probably for the next half hour to 45 minutes. People will keep coming in.
Yeah, we had a good amount of people show up the last time we were here as well, and again, like you said, nice weather. Who doesn't want to be out here today?
Right. Yep. Exactly. On your way home, you know what? It's nice. Might as well stop off and watch some softball. Plus, they've got this new parking lot over here to the southeast. There's a ground ball smash right back to the pitcher once again. So we'll start the game here with a couple of identical at-bats. Yeah, 1-3 on the putout.
Only thing different was the count, Chris. One of them got 1-2, the other one gets 2-1. Same result for each hitter.
So 2 outs now in the inning, and that'll bring up Abby Bond.
Abby's been Andrean's do-it-all player all year so far. She's batting .500 on top of a 10-0 record in the circle.
How about that?
And we get the chance to see her today out there in the circle as well.
She'll be flinging it. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this matchup for about a week now. Here's a pitch.
Yeah, Chris, I didn't know that until I looked into it a little bit, the last 2 times they played each other, extra inning, 1-run games. The last 2 years they've played each other.
How about that?
Quality softball matchup.
Yep, we're expecting the same today. Ground ball to third. Third baseman comes up with it. Can't make the throw. So that's going to be, we're the official scorers here today,
we are
Jimmy.
in charge.
You got the book.
I'm going with an E5 there. She did a great job knocking it down at third base, did Lexi Howard. She kind of rushed her throw. She had the time to get her at first, it looked like, and she just sailed the throw. So it's an E5 for me on this one.
And that's on the throw, correct?
Yeah, I would say definitely on the throw. Her knocking it down, she definitely had the chance to make the play. It's a throwing error for me.
Libby Voliva is the hitter now.
Libby not having a bad year for herself either, hitting .375 with 2 home runs and a .409 on-base percentage. She's doing a great job for the Niners, similar to her sister in the leadoff hole.
Aubrey Gracia is the on-deck hitter. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 out, top of the first. Crown Point and Andrean batting. The Crown Point and Andrean playing each other here with Andrean batting. That pitch misses 2-1. Jimmy, we'll be looking out for the best hands in the business today, courtesy of Bricklayers, the Bricklayers Local 4. There's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike to even up the count.
That looks like where she wanted to go with that 1-1 pitch and was able to figure it out on 2-1.
That really was a nice pitch.
It was.
I'm probably not swinging at that one either. If I am, I'm probably missing it. So, that's inside. Too far inside. It hits her. And after the first 2 are out on relatively simple plays, now we've got 2 base runners on.
Yeah, and you don't like to see, obviously, either one of these situations, a hit by a pitch or an E5, that can extend an inning for a team that does a good job scoring runs, because Aubrey Grasha's hitting well herself this year and getting on base well herself.
Yep. Self-inflicted wounds there, but let's see if they can get out with no damage. Aubrey Grasha, the right fielder. You know, I'm an old man, Jimmy, so one thing I like to do is I like to look at the last names and kind of go up a generation and see if there's anybody that came before him. Do you remember Tommy Grasha?
I can't say that I do.
One of the four horsemen on the 1997 Griffith Panthers. Just don't know if it's any relation or not, but the name rings a bell. Yeah, there was it Tommy Grasha? 3 of them had 1,000 yards, and one of them was like 5 yards short the year they won state. That was Shane Radke when he was quarterback. And here's the pitch. Outside corner for a strike, 1-2. But if anyone knows that's watching or listening,
feel
is
free
Aubrey Grasha a relation to Tommy Grasha, former Griffith Panther?
Yeah, feel free to comment. Let us know.
Here's the pitch. See who else there was. Not Ryan Godey. He was before. Help me out, audience. I'm losing my memory here. Shane Radke was the quarterback. Mike Andreessen was one of the running backs. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Little nubber past the pitcher. Quick throw to first. What's the call? Out at first. Wow, a bang-bang play. Okay, well, Crown Point gets out of the inning with no damage. So no runs in the inning, no hits. There was 1 error and 1 hit batter. 2 runners left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No score at Crown Point. Here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back in, everybody, to Region Sports Network coverage of high school softball. We are here at Crown Point High School today. Jimmy McCormick, Chris Ramirez, Zach Zanelli on the controls with Justin Cole operating the camera outside today on a beautiful Thursday afternoon for high school sports. Thank you for joining us. No score, bottom of the first. Crown Point coming to bat. Let's take a look at their starting lineup and batting order today.
Yeah, leading us off, we have Lexi Smith, followed by Scarlett Tetman, Ashlyn Kidda, Lexi Howard in the cleanup hole, Corin Pert batting 5th, Molly Scott batting 6th, Chloe Wentz batting 7th, Samara Franson doing the catching and batting 8th, and Sam Dunlap in right field batting 9th. First pitch called strike on the outside corner to Lexi Smith.
We'll give you the Andrean defensive alignment shortly.
One count here early on Lexi Smith. Abby's got a little bit of a different delivery than I think we've seen from some of the other ladies we've seen in the circle so far.
Yeah, that's an intimidating delivery there for sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled this way, right back here. If it wasn't for that netting.
That was coming right to me.
We had
right
one.
in the window, I think.
Yep.
I would have came home with the ball.
Zach was ducking underneath the table. Don't worry, Zach. We'll protect you. Jimmy's young. He'll jump in front of the ball.
Oh, it was coming right to me, Chris, right through the window opening I have here. It wasn't even – I would have caught that thing right away.
Barehanded even. Little blooper. The right fielders played that perfectly. Aubrey Gracia in the perfect position to field that one. Barely had to move. Is that a little advanced scouting going on there? They knew how to pitch her. They knew how to play her. I mean, that was an absolutely. I mean, that's textbook.
They did a heck of a job with the way they were attacking her as well. She started working the outside part of the plate. The pitch she fouled off on 1-2 was on the inside half, and then she works her back outside for the fly out right to where they were playing her. Next up, Scarlett Tetman takes ball 1 on the outside part of the plate.
Scarlett, the center fielder in today's ball game. One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Another little blooper. This may drop in. Nope, here comes the center fielder, Sadie Drusis, to make the catch for the second out.
So far, similar theme to the first inning for the first 2 hitters that Andrean brought to the plate and had 2 outs right away. Crown Point suffering the same fate. Let's see if their 3 and 4 hitters can make something happen. Ashlyn Kidda is that 3 hitter playing first base.
Is that our correct pronunciation then?
I hope so. I believe it is Ashlyn Kidda, right?
Okay.
Kidda.
We've got a couple of them were in question. I'm going to try to find out about.
Ashlyn taking the strike there on the outside corner on an off speed.
Ground ball, foul down the third base line.
Really worked the outside there on 2 straight off speeds on the outside, and she was way ahead of that one and almost grounded herself into the 3rd out of the inning there. Quick 0-2 count she's got herself in.
Bond has the signal she wants. Popped up first base side. A routine 1-2-3 inning.
Was it?
It's as easy as it gets right there.
It's a heck of a pitch, Chris.
Yep. All right, no runs, no hits, no errors. We'll go to the top of the second. No score between Crown Point and Andrean here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Couldn't bite my tongue on that one. Too good.
Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow.
Now I'm back. Bottom of the second inning.
Top second.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Why they put that 0 up there ahead of time? That always throws me.
That shouldn't have. That shouldn't be happening.
That should come at the end of the inning, correct?
100%. Every time I've ever seen it, that's how it's been on those
throwing
scoreboards.
Me. It's like before I said it, I was questioning myself.
And I got to be honest, Chris, those are my favorite scoreboards in all of baseball, like in softball. Like when a high school team has these scoreboards, those are so awesome to me. So it's throwing me off, like you said, that the top 2, it's already got a 0 up there.
Yeah, okay. I just have to remember that. So anyway, top of the second, no score. Andrean at the plate. Little blooper to short. Chloe Wentz reaches up and makes the grab for the first out of the inning.
Both pitchers doing a really good job of working each side of the plate, mixing up their speeds and their pitches, doing a great job controlling the circle so far.
Who we got coming up here, Jimmy?
Coming up, Lainey Dukas takes a first pitch ball. Looks like it was low a little bit. Lainey doing the catching for the 59ers today. Strike
nice
one
pitch.
On the outside corner.
Yep.
Really good pitch. it seems very purposeful that each of these teams are working that outside and inside corner very deliberately.
Swung on and missed right over the top of that one. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
1-2 on Laney.
Here's the pitch. Completely fooled on that one.
Got her
so
away.
Laney Dukas strikes out on that one for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up.
That's bringing up Danny Poskin. Hope I'm getting that one right. Danny Poskin.
Not Danny?
I believe Danny.
Danny, okay.
I believe Danny.
You're a lot younger than me, so I'm going with you. You know these newfangled pronunciations.
I have a pretty good success rate of saying my students' names correctly when I first meet them on the first day of school, so I'm going to go with I got it right. If I don't, then somebody will hopefully let us know that we got it wrong.
All cards and letters to Jimmy McCormick, good, bad, or otherwise.
Danny is our designated player here today, hitting for the third baseman, Addison Cammert.
Check swing. I think she checked in time. What are they saying? Nope. Umpire down the first base line agrees. No swing.
You had a better eye on that one than I did, Chris. Both umpires agreed with you, and I thought I disagreed with both, but I got a late look at it, to be honest. So I think you were right on that one.
There's another check swing. That's over for a strike.
That one, now I see the difference. There it is. I can see it now.
Andrean, 3-time state champion softball, 98, 07, and 2012. Crown Point won it in 2017. Ground ball to short, picked up, throws over to first in time. And we've got us a 1-2-3 inning with nothing across. Zach, I'm going to keep it here during this break, okay? So let's not go to commercial. Can we skip that one? All right. Jimmy, I'd take a moment here to recognize one of my former teachers and somebody in the business. You being a Lake Central football coach, a teacher here recently at Lake Central. I don't know if you know the name John Tennant. They ever mention that?
I have not.
Over there?
All right. Not heard. They've probably mentioned it, and they have. I just have never heard it myself.
Well, John Tennant was the very first head football coach at Lake Central High School. And so that alone right there is worth recognizing. Coach Tennant passed away this week, so I want to express my condolences to his family and friends on his passing. He not only was he the first ever head football coach at Lake Central High School from the old Dyer Central days, is what they were before then. He was also my freshman and sophomore vice principal at Munster. Your dad and I were in his office a couple of times.
That sounds about right.
And Mr. Tennant is also the one that started Channel 50, the first true sports media situation. It was out of Lake Central. It was a TV channel. It predated Channel 56. He was the guy on it. It was a local channel before cable, and he was the guy that you'd watch. And I believe it was all done at Lake Central High School. And that was John Tennant. So what we do today, he started close to 50 years ago. So, again, our condolences to the family and friends of Mr. John Tennant.
Yeah, condolences to Coach and his family. Obviously, what he does and opened up doors for kids to be get the exposure that we are able to give them and provide to these guys as we come out and do this. This is awesome. So credit to him for being the originator of that in our area.
How about that? I mean, back in the day to start something like that, it wasn't easy. Not easy now, but back then it had to be a whole lot harder.
Oh, yeah.
Line drive to third for the out. I mean, now there's the internet and other things. You can get creative and figure out how to do it. Back then the options were whatever they were, and you had to figure out a way to work through them, and he did. So credit to him. It became later on Channel 56 came into the picture, and I think Channel 50 ended up going away or got bought up or whatever it was. I don't remember the outcome, but that's kind of where all of this started. And I know there were some high school football games that were live on Channel 50 back in the day. I'd love to find some of those old highlight reels.
Yeah, those are probably pretty cool to see.
I would think so.
Our first hitter of the inning was Lexi Howard, the line out to third that we just saw. Corin Pert, our designated player for Crown Point today, hitting for Julianne Kroger, our second baseman. Corin is in a 1-1 count here.
popped up out of play foul. Let's give you the Andrean defensive alignment. Maddie McCoy, Sadie Drusis, and Aubrey Grasha are the outfielders, left, center, and right. Addison Kramer, Micah Snyder, Maggie Valava, and Libby Valava, if I have those pronounced right, I hope. That's your infield third to first, with Abby Bond in the circle, and she's firing it to Lainey Drukas, who is behind the plate today for Miranda Elish and the Lady 59ers. So, Assistant Athletic Director for Andrean, Nathan Laird, texted us on the pronunciation, and I verified it outside. What did I say it was? It's Valava.
Yep, Valava.
That's
it.
Valava. We
That's
apologize
it. Valava.
to the Valava family for any mispronunciations. Pitch swung on and missed for strike 3.
Yep, Corn strikes out, bringing up Molly Scott, our left fielder for the Bulldogs here today. Molly batting .273 on the year, a couple extra base hits, 4 RBIs, doing a good job getting on base as well. Abby Bond ready in the circle, looking at the armband. First pitch ball misses inside, it looks like.
Two outs in the inning. No score in the ball game. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch up high for a ball.
Haven't had Abby here in too many 2-0 counts on in the circle here today. See what she comes back with.
That's inside for ball 3. Man, she really gets a push off of that pitching rubber, you know?
Yeah, that push and that jump, I don't know the proper terminology. I'd call it a jump off that mound. Definitely allowing her to really get off of that and have a little explosion off that back leg.
Here's the pitch. Boy, with that big windup, and then she comes with something a little slower, it's really hard to time that as a hitter. I'm watching it up here expecting, lightning to come out of her hand. She just lets up on it a little bit. It's tricky for the hitter. 3 balls, 1 strike. There's a fastball fouled off.
It's got to be very difficult for Molly and these slap hitter types in the left-handed batter's box to time that up, to your point. It's probably difficult if you're just sitting in there. It's got to be a little bit harder even if you're trying to move and time that up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff.
Fouled off. Molly battling. Worked a full count. Pitcher battles back from a 3-0. Hitter fighting off pitches. This is the type of competitive at-bat you like to see in a good game.
Here's the 3-2. Ground ball past the pitcher to the shortstop. Quick throw to first. A good stretch by the first baseman for the out. And the Crown Point Bulldogs are retired to end the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. That was Micah Snyder to Libby Valava. So we're going to go now to the top of the third. Still no score. Here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
First home, dream home, forever home. Tech Credit Union has the right home loan for you. Their loan officers can help you purchase a home, refinance your current mortgage, or unlock your home's equity to get a cash out for any purpose. Let Tech Credit Union show you why they are the better option for a home loan. Learn more at www.techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
All right, we're back live out here at Crown Point High School. No scores. We go to the bottom of the third. Jimmy, who we got coming up here?
Maddie McCoy leading us off, the left fielder for Andrean, and the 9-hitter will turn the lineup over from here.
Sorry, what did I just say inning we were in?
We are top
of the third. Whatever I said, forget it. It's the top of the third.
Top of the third inning. Scoreboard throwing Chris off again here. Maddie's in a quick 0-2 count to Lexi Smith in the circle.
We're going to have Crown Point Athletic Director Bill Derula joining us here. There's a pitch outside. Bill, thanks for coming up.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
A lot of beautiful things happening out here on your campus. Construction everywhere. The athletic facilities are looking fantastic. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. Bill, how long's all this been going on?
Well, we started this last summer at the end of the baseball softball season. So we've been, almost a year now, and there's quite a bit, as you can see, got done. The baseball softball complex is really nice, and the multi-purpose field is done. And right now we're just trying to finish the access roads and the booths, and and we'll probably have that done pretty close to the end of this season.
1 ball, no strikes. Jimmy, who we got batting
Our
here?
hitter is Maggie Valeva.
Yep.
Valeva. Maggie
That's it,
Valeva is our hitter right now. She's in a 2-0 count early in the at-bat with 1 out here in the top of the third.
Bill, the secondary football field to the south here. There's a line drive, base hit into right field. Well, not necessarily. Let's hold on. It is going to end up being a base hit. Almost jumped the gun there. That ball was a rocket out there to right. Nice play by the right fielder to get it in. Bill, just beyond where we were showing the right fielder there's a football field with bleachers and a press box. That's new to me. I did realize I watched a football game from last season, and it was already there. But what can you tell us? When did that get put in?
Yeah, that used to be our freshman practice field. And so we kind of moved it over a little bit, made a stadium out of it. So we call it the multi-purpose field. You can play a football game there. You can play a soccer game there. It's got soccer lines. And you can also play lacrosse. In fact, there'll be a lacrosse game out there tonight.
Yeah, that's a growing sport, huh?
Yes, it is. So that's why we call it the multi-purpose field.
Well, let me ask you this about softball. Jimmy, who we got up here?
Sadie Drusius laying the bunt down, the sacrifice to get Maggie Valeva over to second base with 2 outs here in the inning now.
Lacrosse, you mentioned, Bill, that is an emerging sport. Who do you find here at Crown Point? Are those kids that weren't playing a sport before? Or are they kids that are coming from another sport? What do you notice?
Well, it's actually not an emerging sport yet with the IHSAA. Boys volleyball and girls wrestling is. However, it is a club sport, and it's sponsored by our town, our city. So it's really not part of our athletic department. But we put the lacrosse lines there for them to have an option to play here. They also play at the city fields, and they can play here as well. They don't practice here, but I believe most of their team members are Crown Point High School kids,
Okay.
And so we've provided them a facility where they can come and have games, and so they've had 5 games here this spring already.
Is that right?
Yeah. This is, I think, the 4th.
And that is made up.
Tomorrow will be the last one.
A varsity style team, 9th through 12th? Or?
It's a varsity girls team and a varsity boys team that play here, and the boys are playing today. Girls played on Tuesday.
Here's the 2-ball, 1-strike pitch. Jimmy, update us here real quick if you would.
Yeah, sure would. We got a 3-1 count on the pitcher, Abby Bond. We got some pitcher-on-pitcher crime here with a 3-1 count. Lexi looks like she's trying to stay away from Abby just a little bit in this moment, with her being one of the best players overall on Andrean's roster.
There's a pitch inside for a ball, so runners at first and second now. Bill, you started here back in 2003. You became the athletic director, and it's been quite a run. We were just talking about it. We added up. We've come up with 9 team state titles in your era, and we don't know if we've missed any or not, but that's quite a bit. 3 wrestling, 2 boys soccer, 1 girls softball, 1 girls basketball, 2 gymnastics. several runners-up, several Final Fours in different sports. Just kind of an unprecedented run of success across the board that I can't think of another school I can compare it to over that period, where everything from gymnastics to football, you've had a degree of success. Line drive, smash, first baseman makes a great play over there. Ashlyn, is it Keita, Bill, do you know, or is it Kita?
Keita.
It is Keita. Ashlyn Keita with the play to end the inning and the threat.
On a scorched ball by Libby
It's a great
Volova, by the
catch.
way.
That was indeed. So we're going to no score here. We're going to go to bottom of third. Zach, we're going to keep it right here, though, with Bill DeRula. We'll skip the commercial break. Bill, what's the key to success? What have you been doing to bring everybody up to the level of champions that you seem to be?
When I first came here and I got hired, the one thing that I wanted was I wanted a full-time strength coach. And back in 2003, none of the high schools had one. And we were able to get that. And we've got a guy now that's one of the best in the business, and he's really helped develop our athletes. You know, we've got good kids here, and we're in a town that really is athletic oriented. We got great parents. We're a growing school corporation, and now we've got some of the best facilities. So it happened over time. You know, I think we had 500 athletes when I first started here. Now we have 1,200.
Wow.
And our weight program is one of the best in the country. And our kids are very dedicated and work very hard. And we've experienced a lot of success, both in the classroom and on the athletic fields. And that's a testament to them and our parents and our coaches. You know, our coaches do a great job here, working with our athletes and developing them. I think we're going to continue on that path. So there's good things on the horizon here as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to continue. Jimmy, we're bottom of the third here. We got leading off for Crown Point.
Chloe Wentz, the shortstop, leading us off here for Crown Point. She is in a 1-1 count, or was that the second
1-1.
ball? Okay, good. 1-1 count here.
Bill, you guys, the success in all the sports that you've had is amazing. One of the, I think, kind of miraculous things almost is the 3-year run your football team has put together with the hiring of Coach Craig Bazia. Sort of went from a middle-of-the-pack program to the top-of-the-pack program. Tell us if you can. I mean, I got to admit, I was following the story closely, and it was a bit of a shocker when Coach Buzz's name started to get thrown out there. I remember getting the phone call that, hey, you hear about Buzz?
It was one of those things that we got lucky on that. You know, he wasn't going to coach again. He went through the cancer thing, and after going through the cancer thing, he decided he wanted to still coach. He had a 4-year buyout at Homewood Flossmoor, and so he had to leave, and he contacted me, and he said and our job was open, and he said he was interested, and I said, yeah, so are we. And so, you know, there's no better no one builds a culture like Buzz does. I mean, our program's run like a Division I program, and I mean, our kids love him. It's all about the kids, and he's really taken us upward very quickly, you know, to the state finals in his third year. So that's quite an accomplishment in 6A. When you got to go through an Indianapolis team to get there, 6A is very difficult.
Yep.
So
to me, I mean, of all the success that has happened at Crown Point, the wrestling is off the charts. I've got some family members involved in gymnastics, and they were telling me there's no need to have the state finals. We're just going to mail the trophy to Crown Point. I mean, so you've reached some really incredible heights as far as some of the programs here. But, yeah, that sort of golden prize, getting to the state finals in 6A, it's like almost an untouchable thing.
Right.
And when it happened, it was just, like I said, I mean, to me, it's like miraculous that could happen so fast, and what he's done. I mean, the Duneland Conference, the 6A in the North, it's all brutal.
Yes,
and you got to go through it every week. But it just kind of exemplifies what's going on here in Crown Point. The student athletes, like you said, the families, everybody involved. It takes an awful lot, doesn't it, to make all of this happen?
It really does. And, you know, and like I said before, Chris, we've got some really good coaches here that put a lot of time in. You know, all of these sports now, it's year round. You know, and they're working at it year-round and putting all this time in so that they can have success on the field with their athletes. And it takes a lot of dedication, and you really have to have a passion for it, because when you figure it out hourly, you're not making a lot of money. So you do it because you have a passion for it. And I always tell our coaches, if you come here and put the time in, the kids know you care, you're going to have success here.
And that's definitely happening, no question about it. Hey, Jimmy, jump in here real quick and catch up our audience with who's hitting.
I sure will. Abby Bond struck out Samara Franson was our last hitter, and Sam Dunlap here is our 9 hitter in a 2-0 count here. She's ahead of our pitcher, Abby Bond.
Swung on and missed. That'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Bill, you're the leader of all this. There's no question as the athletic director. One thing I've admired about, I deal with a lot of schools, obviously. One thing about Crown Point that I think is great among many things, you guys have had 2 athletic directors, you and Jerry Caravan. I'm not sure how Jerry was here for a long time, not sure exactly how long, but the stability and consistency in the athletic department goes a long way.
Actually, when I came here, Jerry and I were co-athletic directors for 4 years, and he retired in 2007. Great man. He just recently passed away. And so Jerry was, he was all about Crown Point athletics. Nobody loved Crown Point athletics more than Jerry.
Well, I was unaware of his passing, Bill. I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences to all his family and friends. Yeah, Jerry was a great guy, smiling face that I always loved to see whenever I came out here. And you've carried on and taken it to the next level. But again, the stability and the consistency and the doing things for the reasons that the kids, the right reasons, and it seems to be happening here in Crown Point in bunches. To me, what I see on the athletic or on the campus at Crown Point High School, all the building and the improvement and all the success, it's sort of a mini version of the whole city of Crown Point.
Yeah, it is
a reflection.
And, we're fortunate to have an administration now that values athletic participation, and our superintendent really supports us, and we're fortunate to be in the position that we're in right now, and we're looking for things to even get better. So, and we're hoping that Buzz can get us back down to that dome again this fall.
Yep. I think I tell people the best is yet to come. Like when my friends or family or somebody asks me about, how's Crown, I say, hey, just wait. I think the best is yet to come. So, to me, you guys you're nowhere near the end of the run. I think you're just gearing up towards the middle of the run here. And, with that roster that Buzz has coming back next year and the machine that he's got rolling, I'm not betting against the Bulldogs not getting back to state next year. My money's on the red and white. So, well, Bill, thank you for coming up. I know you got a lot of things to do here. Anything?
Thanks for everything you've done for us here.
We're happy to be here. We appreciate you allowing us to be here, Bill. Thank you very much. All right, you take care.
Bill. Appreciate you.
Bill DeRula, the athletic director here at Crown Point High School, spending a few minutes with us.
Aubrey Grasha leading the inning off for the 59ers. She's in a 1-1 count here. Really good pitching duel we have going on between Lexi Smith and Abby Bond. She takes ball 2 on the outside part of the plate. 2-1 count. Top 4.
Quick game so far. And if we're lucky, Jimmy, it'll stay quick, and we'll be able to go watch the NFL draft and see who the Bears pick at 7 o'clock.
Yep, it seems that the ladies have that on their agenda too. It's either that or those umpires are ushering them out of the dugout as fast as they can.
Everything's a strike here today. Yeah, the Bears, of course, have the first pick in the draft. Not just a draft in the first round. They got the overall first pick. So it's kind of big news. But we'll do our best to focus on softball and not football for the time being. 3-2 is the count. Be a perfect weather day for football, wouldn't it? 57 degrees. I mean, this is ideal. Little pop up to short.
I know if I was on the sidelines doing that, I would not be sweating too much today, and it would feel great.
Yeah, this is perfect weather for football.
Aubrey Grasha with the pop-out to who's shortstop, bringing up our 6th hitter, Micah Snyder. Lexi ready. Pitch ground ball to third. Picked up, thrown to first in time. Lexi Howard to Ashlyn Kidda on the 5-3.
The pitchers are throwing strikes and the hitters are swinging at them, putting it in play. Just not getting a whole lot on it here today. A lot of little weak infield grounders, little soft bloopers or pop-ups.
Yeah.
So the pitcher's definitely in charge today.
Yeah, Abby Bond's pitching in the we get a ground ball to first here. Looks like that could end it.
Yep, another 1-2-3 inning with nothing across. So we'll go now to the bottom of the fourth inning. I get that right, Jimmy?
Yes,
All right.
yes,
See, I
sir.
got it
That
before they put
scoreboard's
the
got
zero
you.
up there. Yep.
There it is.
All right, we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. We're back with more on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Planting a tree, installing a fence, whether your project is big or small, NIPSCO reminds you to know what's below and contact 811 at least 2 full business days before doing any digging so that utility companies can mark the location of their underground lines. Contacting 811 is free and it's the law. Avoid possible penalties, costly repairs, or injuries. DIY or a pro, safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
All right, we're back live out here at the campus, on the campus, that is, of Crown Point High School. The number 1 Andrean 59ers, number 1 in Class 2A for softball, taking on the Crown Point Lady Bulldogs here. 4 state championships, 4 between them. 3 for Andrean, 1 for Crown Point. So both of these schools typically have big-time aspirations.
Yeah, both schools have played on the state stage more often than a lot of other schools in our area have been able to do. Leading off the inning for us, Lexi Smith turning over the Crown Point lineup for the first time. Called strike 1 on the outside corner.
Jimmy, you want to jump in and do some play-by-play here?
Yeah, I might as well give it a shot here.
Yeah, I'm butchering up enough of it here. I'll let you do it.
I almost called it the top of the 5th after we just had our discussion about what inning it is.
Well, when you look at it, okay, in our defense, it's when you look at the scoreboard, it has zeros across the first 4 innings for the guest and for the Bulldogs. It gives the impression that the inning is over, and you would look to the next.
I can now see how it's an issue. As you turn over play-by-play to me, I can see how it can be an issue for you.
Well, yeah, you just keep glancing up to the scoreboard. That's all you do. It's a quick eye glance, and you see 0, 0, 0, 0. Typically what that would indicate, in my experience, would mean that this would be the top of the 5th inning if you just walked into the ballpark.
Correct. That would be my impression as well as I'd walk in. Here comes Abby with the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3.
And here's another thing. The uniform, now, again, Jimmy's a much younger man than I. His eyes probably work a lot better than mine. To me, I see almost 2 identical uniforms out there today.
Oh, man, it's tough to zoom in your eyes on those pinstripes that Andrean's wearing to make it different, but that's about the only difference.
It's a whole lot of red and white. And to me, I always see Andrean – Crown Point is red. To me, Andrean is more of a maroonish type red. Right. Am I accurate with that? Or I don't know if it's an off. It's not a bright red.
I would agree that it's not a bright red. I don't know.
Yeah, maroon might be pushing it.
It's close between like a red and a maroon more than it's a bright red, like you said, of Crown Point, right?
Yeah. Crown Point's a bright red. And I never put Andrean in that kind of. I don't think of. I think of Andrean as 2 colors, and I don't know if ketchup mustard is what I think of when it comes to Andrean.
Officially listed on Max Preps as red and Vegas gold are the Andrean 59ers.
Okay, well, what do I know then? That's why I'm letting you do all the talking.
Well, no, hey, to be honest, I would argue with you, as I said, on the Maroon side of things. Scarlett Tetman, our hitter, worked into a 2-1 count as Abby checks the wristband. Ground ball to second base. Second baseman has it. Not in time. Cancel the post game, Chris. That is Crown Point's first hit and base runner of the game as Scarlett Tetman gets an infield single.
Well, we won't have to send a reporter down to the field to get that immediate no-hitter interview then.
I was ready to sprint down there myself and grab that from Abby Bond if she could have pulled that off.
Boy, we'd be sending that into ESPN at the end of the game.
We got a runner on first. We got Aisling Kidda coming up to the plate, 3-hitter for Crown Point, looking to do some damage with Scarlett Tetman on first base. First pitch fouled off, strike one.
All right, the stirrups. I don't know if they're stirrups or if they're just socks now, Jimmy, but are they look identical for both teams. Am I wrong about that?
Socks are definitely identical. They ordered the same socks from the same company, I would assume.
Okay, so all right. So anyway, we're doing our best. Jimmy's got it down cold. I'm the one that's like, what am I looking at here?
Yeah, no, it makes it challenging. I said to somebody in the pregame that this is the only bunt to first, sacrifice, throw behind to second.
Great bunt there to get the sacrifice accomplished.
I was kind of surprised to see it, Chris. Ashland's one of the better hitters on the Crown Point roster. But maybe coach was thinking just trying to get somebody in a scoring position for another very quality hitter in their lineup, Lexi Howard.
Yeah, if you're Crown Point, you got to be thinking how many opportunities are we going to be in this position? It's, we're halfway through the ball game or more now, bottom of the fourth, so first time they've had a runner to second. I don't figure there's going to be too many of them.
Right. You gotta try to get what you can here. So I do kind of see it from that perspective. As we drive one to center field.
Look at this.
One hops the wall. Run is in. Lexi Howard, stand-up double. Big-time RBI for the Bulldogs.
How about that? Launches one over the center fielder's head. What a shot.
Big-time at-bat by Lexi Howard and a big-time RBI. We haven't had a base runner all game long. We get a sacrifice and a big-time hit, and all of a sudden it's 1-0 Bulldogs.
So, yeah, that sacrifice comes into play. I don't know if the runner scores from first on that or not. I think she would have.
Yeah.
But you don't know for sure, but definitely from second. So the sacrifice pays off. It's 1-0 now.
Yep, 1-0. Lexi Howard on second base with Corin Pert coming up. Ooh, fouled off hard to the left side. They look like they're starting to look a little comfortable seeing what Abby's given to them on the mound now. It looks like they're trying to time her up or got her timed up a little bit better now the second time through the lineup.
Yeah, they seem a lot more comfortable, a little bit more aggressive up there.
And I know I was complimented of Chris of Andrean in the pregame, but Crown Point, after losing 3 in a row, with the third one being that LC game we did a few weeks back, they've won 4 straight and outscored their opponents 51-0.
That's what you call being on a roll.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're in a good spot to try to get themselves a chance to win a game against a really, really good team here today. 0-2 count now on Corin Pert. Abby ready then pitch. One of those high fastballs for ball one. Trying to get Corin chasing there.
At the conclusion of today's ball game, we'll name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Insurance Superhero. Crowell Insurance, the business professionals.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Abby records her sixth strikeout of the game, and retires the side, allowing 1 run on 1 hit, and they leave 1. We head to the top of the 5th, 1-0 Crown Point.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000-square-foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374.
Starting off the top of the fifth here, we have Danny Poskin. Danny Poskin coming up to lead off for the 59ers. Fouls the first pitch off to the right side here towards the football field. Danny is our designated player here for the 59ers, hitting for Addison Kammer, the third baseman. A little brief discussion on the mound. Not sure about what, Chris.
Hey, do you believe we got the lead? They're the number one team in the state. Where are we going after this? That's a good question. What do you think they are talking about out there?
I don't know. It was a first pitch foul off, so that's what he said. Other than
and then a team meeting with one pitch into the inning.
And the first base, I'm excited for the draft tonight, comes over and breaks it up right away.
Let's get it moving, ladies.
He said, hey, I see the same thing they're seeing up there. Why are we doing this? Ground ball to second base, knocked down, fumbled around, in time.
Woo!
In time. Andrean folks don't like it. I'll be honest. I'd be more upset if I was Andrean about the one in the first inning than I would about that one. This one I don't think was close. I think she got her in plenty of time. That was Julianne Kroger getting it over to Ashlyn Kidder for the out.
Yeah, nice play, good recovery, and then a strong throw right on target. It was a bang-bang play, but he got it right down there.
Yep, Maddie McCoy coming up here for the 59ers, tries to lay down a bunt, fouls it off. Lexi Smith doing a good job in the circle. We've been complimentary of Abby Bond. Lexi doing a good job as well, controlling the circle and working both sides of the plate, working up and down and keeping hitters off balance. 0-1 count. The pitch fouled off towards third base. Third base coach with great hands picks it up, hands it to the third baseman. Oh, 2 count, top 5. One out here at Crown Point. Lexi fires. Just missed on the outside. Samara Franzen tried her best to frame that one. Couldn't trick the ump. He's been very consistent today, so don't think you're going to get him on that one.
And both pitchers have been in the strike zone all day.
Fouled off down the left field line. I don't know how many walks we have, if any. I think one.
One, I
I'm
believe.
Looking at.
One walk, one hit batter, I believe.
I'm on this.
Right?
I'm on this side, and I got none. Yeah, you are correct. It would be that and one hit batter. One, 2 count here on Maddie.
And really only one well-hit ball really all day when you think about it. The double, the RBI double.
Right. We had that line out, actually. Ashlyn Kidder made that line out catch. That could be our great hands play. There's another, right as you say it, there's a shot there to the left side through the hole for a base hit.
Great piece of hitting there. Going with the pitch, finding the opening out on the field and punching it right in there.
That's textbook by the 9-hitter. That was the 9-hitter, Maddie McCoy from Andrean. Now we have coming up Maggie Volova. Maggie Volova, our leadoff hitter, again, still has not struck out on the year, batting over 500. She has one of the 9er hits here today. Second baseman wobbles it, and looks like Maggie will reach on an E4.
So now a threat mounting here for the Andrean 59ers. Runners at first and second with only one out.
Single and an error, and now Crown Point in a position where they need to buckle down and find a way to knock it down and make a play. Sadie Drusius coming up to the plate. Runners on first and second. Here comes the pitch. Takes a ball. Looks like thinks it was high. Crown Point fans don't like it. Sounds like Andrean coach is calling their play to look at the wristband. Could be a sacrifice on here, Chris. Could be hit and run. Could be nothing.
Yep, might have been the sacrifice, but it's going to get accomplished anyway. Wow. So the runners were moving on the pitch. The batter squared around to bunt.
got a bad pitch, didn't like it, pulled it back, and an easy stolen base on the play. 2 stolen bases on the play for the 59ers.
I got to ask you, Jimmy, if it's that easy, how come it doesn't happen more often?
Whew. It has to be that bunt putting the players in motion, right? That makes it a little hard. Now we got maybe a safety squeeze there because I didn't see her busting running down the third base line. So I think it was more of a safety squeeze, trying to steal back a run there by the 59ers. Sadie's work.
So with a safety squeeze, you think they're trying to draw the throw to first base then and have the runner break home after that?
They want to see that bunt get down, and then as soon as they go to make that play defensively, that the lady here on third base would be breaking home. Maddie would just take off going as soon as they go to make that play. Or depending on the aggressiveness of the player and the coach, it could be as soon as that ball kind of gets down too.
Are you a big fan of the contact play? In this situation, a runner on third. Ooh, wow.
You mean just kind of getting the ball in play?
Well, no, the contact play. Runner at third, nobody on first, ball makes contact with the bat, runner goes.
Yeah, I like as far as ball on the ground, right? Because we got one out. Yep. So yeah, ball's on the ground. I think you're going hard. They get a good jump with leaving as it leaves the pitcher's hand. Fouled off there by Sadie. Fighting a good at-bat, full count, fighting pitches off. RBI situation for her. Sadie with 9 RBIs on the year, looking to add 2 more to her total. Comes the pitch from Lexi. Ground ball to the right side.
Ooh! Oh!
Making the play at home. This looks like it could cost him 2, Chris. And it does. Oh, and the catcher's asleep, and she makes it all the way to third base. Sadie puts the ball in play and finds her way to get onto third base. 2 runs come in for the Niners, and we're 2-1 Andrean.
Boy, tough break there. First baseman had a decision. Do I take the sure out at first base or throw home? Decided to go home. It was a bang-bang play. I think she would have been safe at home anyway. But then when the ball got away after the tag, that's when the real damage was done.
Yeah, that was it. It was a great effort and a great attempt by the first baseman. I thought she was a little hesitant on getting it home right away. If you don't like to say that in these bang-bang situations, but if you react a little quicker there, you might have a chance to get her at home. But to your point, she tags on the foot, the ball gets kicked out of the glove, rolls away, and then the damage is done with the runner from second being able to come around and score. And Maggie Volova was hustling around the bases to make sure she could do that. She's had a huge jump. She was past the shortstop 3 different times after the pitch.
Yeah, ground ball at first base ends up being a 2-run triple, basically, is what it comes down to. And for Crown Point, it's been self-inflicted wounds somewhat today. And this doesn't help the cause now, Andrean, with a 2-1 lead. We getting a pitching change out here, Jimmy?
Yeah, it looks like we have number 29 checking in here for the Bulldogs. I have her last name as Lizard. I can't find her first name right now, Chris. You know what? Actually, I will have it. Paige Lizard. Sorry, Paige Lizard, number 29, coming in for Crown Point.
Okay. So yeah, you can't fault Lexi Smith. I mean, she kept the ball in the infield, Jimmy. And
yeah, she did everything she could as far as a pitcher goes. You got to feel that the coach kind of probably gets that feeling that it's they're starting to time her up a little bit, get some hits. She's about to see most of these ladies for the 3rd time now. Probably the right move for Crown Point to make a change. And not just because disaster struck in the last inning, but just because.
Well, right. That was, again, that's my point. It's not on. Disaster's really not on her.
No.
Can't ask a whole lot more of her.
No, she's done a good
job.
job.
You need your defense behind you to make plays, and unfortunately, that's been a tough inning defensively.
Yeah, and since
the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, and since the first inning here, Crown Point hadn't had any mistakes. Going into this one where now we had an E4, and if you want to call it an E2 for allowing her to get to third base here, you can.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
that's not my way.
I think that's more of a tough break than a mistake or an error.
That files in that old mental error column, Chris. Abby Bond here swinging and missing at strike 1. But yeah, that's
more of a mental error than a physical error. The ball getting loose from the catcher, that's just part of the game right there.
Yep.
That's just a bad break on the play.
Right. And then, like we said, with her, not being aware that, Maggie's going from second to third. Again, mental. She didn't do anything physically wrong. That doesn't go down as an error in the book. Abby in a quick 0-2 count. The runner on third and one out. Takes high ball one, I'm sorry. Paige is a nice little change of pace, it seems, from Lexi. Looks like she brings it a little bit more, with a little bit more velocity. Abby taken low and inside, it looks like, for ball two. Crown Point faithful didn't like that too much. They thought it was closer. Paige set and fires. Ball high, gets away. Good hustle by the catcher, Samara Franson, getting after that and preventing a run from coming in there. I believe it's a brick wall here behind Chris, and I think they did
That's correct.
That helped her out a little bit by that coming back at her, and she fielded it well.
Yep, you get a little bounce back off of that, so you don't have to go chase it quite as far.
Yep. Abby's gone quickly from 0-2 to 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Big strikeout for Paige. I don't know. Paige is only a sophomore. I don't think she may not realize how big of a strikeout that was with the type of player Abby Bond's been this season.
Yeah, that was huge. You can't – if you're Crown Point now, you don't want this runner at third to go any farther. Getting down 2 runs to the number 1 team in the state is going to be a tough uphill climb the way the offenses have been going today. So the Bulldogs need to get out of it here.
Absolutely. Called that a strike? Called that a strike on Libby Volova. Taking the strike, or bunting at the strike there, according to the ump. So 0-1 count here, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Paige blew that one by her, Chris, on the inside part of the plate.
Yeah, that was the heater there.
Paige ready in the circle, delivers. Ball low and in, 1-2. 2 outs.
I just heard a fan yell out, "Quit calling out the pitches." Did you hear that?
Yeah, I don't know.
What are they referencing there?
I don't
do you
know who we're referencing. I don't know if I don't know if we're talking about coaches, if we're talking about other fans recognizing things. I don't know what we got brewing down there. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Paige does a great job coming in, shutting the door, getting 2 big time outs to take us to the bottom of the 5th with the score now Andrean 2, Crown Point 1. We'll be back here shortly after a quick break here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say, "Go Bulldogs!" Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, and encouraging smart growth. Registration is now open for our spring and summer 2024 Crown Point athletic programming. For a complete list of adult and youth activities, visit crownpoint.in.gov.
And here we go, leading off the bottom of the 5th, we have number 20, Molly Scott, our left fielder for the Crown Point Bulldogs. We've got a quick timeout.
2-1, Crown Point with the first run of the game in the 4th inning, the bottom of the 4th, and Andrean answers in the top of the 5th with a pair of runs to take the lead.
Yep, Abby checking the wristband here, getting us set for the first pitch at the bottom of the 5th. And a swing and a drive to left, right to the left fielder, playing her in a perfect spot for out number 1. Great job by Molly Scott hitting that to the left side. Maddie McCoy with the catch out and left.
We'll take a look at our 5th inning forecast here. Right now the temperature is 55 degrees. We've got an east-northeast wind at 9 miles an hour. Basically kind of perfect mid to late April outdoor conditions for high school sports, Jimmy.
Yeah, as we said in the open, Chris, there's no better day to come out here and get after it in Northwest Indiana in softball or baseball than a day like this where the sun's shining and we got to pop up to second base. Oh, little miscommunication there. Second baseman makes the play for the second out of the inning. But yeah, as I was saying, Chris, not a bad time to get out here and enjoy some softball and call the games here for the kids and get them some exposure, get some family out of town to watch the game for them. No better day for it than today.
The fifth inning forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. With a 24/7 emergency service, comfort isn't far away. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling.
Samara Franson, our hitter, the catcher here for the Bulldogs today, coming up in a position to try to get things going with 2 outs for the Bulldogs. Abby Bond ready. The pitch fouled off behind the plate, not a play. Catcher will wait for it to roll back down. I get worried sometimes, Chris, as I see the numbers on the back of their jersey and then the number on their helmet is different, and I think that there's a substitute, and then I feel like I did a disservice to a kid. Fouled off to the right side, not a play.
You got one of those bionic eyesight things then, is that what you're saying? You can see
Barely.
that number on the back of the helmet?
I
know there's one there.
I can see that it's not 33, and I wouldn't have been able to see it until I got prescribed these glasses 3 months ago. So now that I have them, I can kind of see that. That looks like a 7 on the right side of the helmet. I don't know the other number, but it looks like a 7.
Well, not quite bionic vision, but better than mine nonetheless. And that's after spending $5,000 to get my cataracts fixed. You'd think I'd be able to see that. But I tell you what I can see is things with you can see actually colors and stuff. Anybody my age thinking about getting cataract surgery, I highly recommend it.
2-2 count. Abby Bond swing and a miss, strike 3 by Samara Franson. Abby gets the Niners out of the inning. We are going to head to the top of the 6th after no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left for the Bulldogs. It is 2-1. Andrean heading to the 6th on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Planting a tree, installing a fence, whether your project is big or small, NIPSCO reminds you to know what's below and contact 811 at least 2 full business days before doing any digging so that utility companies can mark the location of their underground lines. Contacting 811 is free and it's the law. Avoid possible penalties, costly repairs, or injuries. DIY or a pro, safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland.
Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Stay tuned after the game well, actually, we'll do it towards the end of the game. We'll name the best hands in the business kind of play of the game. It's sort of I don't know, usually a defensive play, but it doesn't have to be. We got a few awards to give out. We'll do that one, the best hands in the business, probably in the 7th inning. Jimmy, go ahead and take it.
Yeah, we'll do. To lead us off in the top half of the 1st, we have Aubrey Grasha, takes a strike. Pulls back the bunt attempt on the 2nd pitch for a ball, 1-1. Paige Leiser back on the mound here for the Bulldogs.
Did a great job in that last half inning. Top of the 5th. Came in relief.
Yeah, she did a really good job in the top half of the 5th, stopping the bleeding and holding Andrean to the 2 runs that they got there in the inning. 1-2 count. Paige looking in. Missed outside for ball 2. Again, 2-2 count here. Page ready. Fouled off again. Aubrey with another good at-bat battle, and this is her third at-bat of the day, and everyone's been worked into a deep count. Had some quality at-bats here today. She's 0 for 2, but she's put the ball in play both times.
Knocked one of the phone cameras right off the backstop there.
Oh, there goes the what is it? Game changer.
Yep.
Game changer recording now.
How does that work, the game changer? I don't even know.
So, yeah, you could start a live broadcast. Like, you could start a live broadcast with it, or you can just keep score, like doing the book on your phone. Follow the way to the right side, where it kind of keeps track and you can watch it. So if your kid's playing or something, you can, and you're not able to be there, you can watch the game that way when they keep scoring the book, or you can watch it live through the phone. So they have it that way as well now.
Really? So they're competing with us?
They're trying to compete with us a little bit. Should we go
knock
down there?
That thing down again.
Yeah, should we tell her to foul some more off? Aubrey takes ball 3. We got a full count here. Great at-bat to start the top of the 6th.
Maybe if we had a long-range squirt gun, we could get it wet, kind of knock out the camera portion of it.
And a miss, strike 3. Yeah, that's probably the trick, Chris. We give it a little spray, and then we can cause some kind of malfunction.
Yeah, irritate their viewers. Just enough to come over here.
Yeah, just enough to come support the Region Sports Network, who we thought was the only game in town.
We were supposed to be the only game in town, exactly. And this kind of sort of knocks that out.
Yeah, we're getting competed with the Game Changer app, I believe. Here's the first pitch to Micah Snyder for ball 1.
You know those big national corporations trying to come out and kick the little guy down, you know?
They're trying to come get you, Chris. And
yeah, let the local guy do something.
Local guys do his thing. Here's the pitch. Called strike. I don't think she went around at all or something.
No, that may have hit the may have tipped the may have been a foul tip. Thought I heard a little. Did you catch that? Just agree with me. Go ahead, Zach. You know, that never hurts to agree with the boss.
There's a swing and a miss on a pitch on the outside. Strike 2.
Zach Zanelli handling production details. Justin Cole sitting outside working the camera. He's in the shade down there.
Means it's a little bit colder for him, probably.
Yep. Yeah, the field, I mean, for 4:30 starts, I got to say the field is located in perfect position because you get all the sun on the field.
Right. Baseball.
Got to be perfect conditions out there.
Softball and baseball here, both in good spots for that. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Page with a great pitch to get Micah for the second out of the top of the 6th inning. Excuse me. We have Lainey Dukas coming up to hit for the 59ers with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Paige Leisert's come on and done a great job so far in her 1 1/3 work. First pitch, ball on the inside, just missed. Crown Point fans getting a little restless with the umpire on the corners there. Pitch misses, ball on the outside. 2-0. Count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Misses inside for ball 3. Paige going to look to bounce back here. Laney would be happy to get on base today. Be her first time on.
Yeah, if she does, she'll represent the tying run.
Oh, they'll put them ahead. Insurance runs. The scoreboard got you again.
Yep.
Scoreboard got you again. Actually, the scoreboard's double got us, Chris, because it has zeros up in the 6th like we're in the 7th inning already.
I know. I know better when I look at it, but it still gets me. I think especially because of the uniform closeness of my view.
Yep.
I'm having all kinds of internal battles in my brain here with what's going on.
Laney starts taking off the first base. Ump calls her back. It's strike 2. Full count. 2 outs. Top 6. 2-1 ball game. Paige ready in the circle. The 3-2. Popped up. Samara Franson looks to be underneath it. And makes the play behind the plate.
Nice play by the catcher. Good concentration. Almost a bobble there at the end.
Big time play to end the inning We have Crown Point coming up to bat. Andrean has no runs, no hits. There were no errors committed and nobody left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th with Crown Point trailing Andrean 2-1 here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Crown Point High School here in the bottom of the 6th. We have coming up for the Bulldogs, we have Sam Dunlap, and she will then turn it over to the top of the lineup. Oh, correction here. We have Taylor Owen. Looks like she's pinch hitting. Taylor Owen pinch hitting for Sam Dunlap.
NIPSCO is powering the youth. Proud to powering the youth. Proud. Let me try this again, Jimmy. NIPSCO is proud to be powering the youth of Northern Indiana and are wishing Northern Indiana high schools a safe and competitive season while displaying sportsmanship on the field. I want to thank them as well as our friends at the Athletic Performance Factory on 45th Avenue in Highland. That's where athletes are made. Look up Doug Schaefer and his crew over there if you're a young athlete looking to improve your skills. Contact the Athletic Performance Factory. Jimmy, that's in the old RSN headquarters on 45th Avenue.
Yep, you educated me on that the last time we were together here. Swing and a miss by Taylor Owen. Quick work of her by Abby Bond to record another strikeout for herself.
We've got a couple of awards to give out. We also got to figure out what's going to be our best hands play of the day. Generally a defensive type play in baseball or softball, but it doesn't have to be.
Got a couple candidates written down over here for that so far, as Lexi Smith, our starting pitcher for the day, comes up and fouls one off to the right side. Abby again's done a great job resettling in after the one run she gave up in the 4th. Here she comes with the delivery. Ball high for ball 1. Since that inning, she's retired 4 straight now and looking to get her 5th here with Lexi Smith. And Lexi trying to keep the Bulldogs' hopes alive here in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball to short. Shortstop has it clean, fires one, and got her in time for the outs.
Well, you really don't have time to mess around in the infield. That ball gets on you quick, and the runner gets down the line quick.
Micah Snyder with a great play, getting it over to Libby Volova for the out. And as you said, Chris, not a lot of time on the softball diamond to make that play. 60 feet, and these ladies are moving.
Yep.
To Bill Dorilla's point earlier, I'm sorry if I just screwed that up as I started through it. But to Bill's point from earlier, the athletes here, they're getting developed by strength conditioning coaches. It's happening at Andrean as well. The ladies do the same thing the guys are doing, to a certain extent, and they get after it, and they develop themselves to be pretty quality athletes, and they're moving down these lines.
Yeah, they sure are. That was a bang-bang play.
Yep. Scarlett Tetman takes ball 1. Takes ball 2 as well.
Yeah, the difference between 60 feet and 90 feet, when you talk baseball to softball, the amount of time that that you don't have. Yep. I mean, one little bobble there, one hesitation, and that runner would have been safe at first.
We saw a bobble at second base earlier, and she got her out by a fraction. Uh-oh, it's a big hit to left field. It's going to be down for an extra base hit. 2 bags for sure. Stand-up double for Scarlett Tetman. That's a great poke she had there over the left fielder's head for a double with 2 outs.
Yeah, I wonder if Maddie McCoy, the left fielder, had a little bit of trouble with the sun on that play. She had her glove up, looked like she might have been trying to shade, kind of block the sun out. But perfect placement on that down the line, and all of a sudden the tying run is halfway home here.
Yeah, tying run halfway home as well. We got Ashlyn Kidda coming to the plate here for the Bulldogs. Ashlyn on the year has 3 of the home runs for the Bulldogs, Chris, and leads the team. And with a pitcher like this, you got to believe she's got a chance to put one out now.
Oh, boy, she looks like a home run hitter up there, doesn't she?
Yeah, look
at the way she just walks and stands in the box there. Boy, what a situation we have here.
Absolutely. Fresh count here on Kidda despite the board up there. First pitch, ball 1, misses high. Big-time inning, big-time moment here in this Crown Point Andrean softball game. 2-1 ball game, 1-0 count, 2 outs, and a runner on second base here for the Bulldogs. Abby Bond delivers, ball high. 2-0 here for Ashlyn Kidda.
2 outs in the inning, tying run at second base. Can she keep it alive?
I'm sure the type of hitter Ashlyn is. Did not like her first at-bat with the pop out to first base. Sacrifice bunt led to a big RBI for Lexi Howard. I'm sure she'd love to put one in play and give Lexi another chance.
Ooh.
Big-time swing and a miss there on strike 1. Power versus power, as they say, right, Chris?
Yeah, that looked like a rising fastball there that just kept going up and she couldn't catch up to it. But that's the kind of matchup you like there, a power pitcher against a power hitter.
This is the type of matchup that can decide a game. This is the type of stuff that as a competitor you love to see. Foul back.
Woo,
there's
right
the phone.
On.
There
you go.
There it is. That's what we were looking for.
Yep.
If you were watching the Game Changer broadcast, you can switch over to Region Sports now.
If you haven't already. Guy's phone's taking a beating.
Looks like a pretty heavy-duty case he's got on.
Yeah, he's got quite a setup there, huh?
2-2 count, 2 outs. Abby looking in to her wristband. This catcher looking at the wristband. We're figuring out what's coming. Here's the pitch. Ball high, full count.
Woo, boy, here you go.
The big time at bat, full count, 2 outs, bottom 6, 1-run ball game. You got your home run hitter. You got your ace. No better matchup you can ask for.
Late in the ball game like this, game on the line.
Number called. Abby looking in. The pitch. Pops up and out of play. It's coming back. Catcher's looking at us. It's way out.
She's been right on a couple of these.
Yeah. I'll be honest, Chris. It looks very similar to the swings that Lexi Howard took when she belted that one off the center field fence earlier for the RBI double. Corin looks ready, I apologize. Ashlyn looks ready to roll here in the 3-hole.
Yeah, she's just gotten under that last one a little bit there. Let's see what happens here.
Big moment, big pitch. Fans are loving it here, getting a little loud. Here's the pitch. Ball high.
Woo! Look out.
Now we got Lexi Howard coming to the plate. Big-time RBI double for her in her last at-bat. You got to imagine that she's looking to find a pitch she likes, Chris, and drive it.
Yeah, game on the line here, essentially. 2 out in the inning.
I apologize, by the way. I called Ashlyn Kidda their home run leader with 3. It is actually Lexi Howard with 4 coming up to plate right now in this big-time situation in the cleanup hole. The pitch. Ball 1 out. Oh, strike 1 on the outside.
A late call.
I thought that was late compared to how he's done it all game. I didn't hear him call that one either.
Well, the arm went up late, that's for sure.
Uh-huh. Strike 1
He may have called it previous to that.
Yeah.
But.
Strike 1 on the outside corner. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Evened it up. These 3 and 4 hitters for Crown Point have done some damage all year long, looking to do it again. The 1 through 5 hole at Crown Point has been dominant this year.
Yeah, this is where they got to get it done here and now. Woo!
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
The bat a little late coming through the zone there.
I thought so too. Another power versus power. That time the pitcher was overpowering, it seemed. Let's see if that can change here on 1-2. 1-2, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch. Fouled back behind us here. 1-2 count. These Crown Point Lady Bulldogs are battling at the plate.
Yeah, they sure are.
They see it the way you do too, Chris. It's not that they look down on the bottom of their lineup. Their 1 through 5 is just so dominant that you got to think that they want to get this here with Lexi Howard followed by Corin Pert.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the heart of your lineup. It's the players that you ask to come through and win ball games for you when they're up at the plate.
They account for 65% of the Bulldog offense, by the way. Pitch popped up to short left.
Could be trouble.
Left fielder drops it. It is trouble. Play at the plate. And Ashlyn is out at the plate.
Wow, what do we got going on? The ump here is having a word with somebody. I'm not sure who. The third base coach. That's Angie Richwalski. Home plate umpire telling some of the fans to quiet down. What's the explanation about here, do you think, Jimmy?
They're looking for an obstruction call, obstruction on the base path. I think that is the only reason now looking at it that Ashlyn Kidda ran home.
Yes, I agree. I get it now. Correct.
We're both up here scratching our heads, but that is absolutely why she did that. She took off running because she knew or her coach believed that she should get the obstruction call. However, I will say the arm normally goes out by the ump, so if you don't see that arm out, you probably don't want to
taking a chance if you don't see it, correct.
You don't,
It hasn't been determined by the ump.
It's easier to say this in hindsight, right, than to say it in the middle of the action as a third base coach, but that's tough to see and to figure out. I don't know what we're still discussing. The umps don't seem too happy with discussing it with her.
Well, now we got a tie ball game.
2-2, heading to the top of the 7th. I don't know if I jinxed us by mentioning earlier the 1-run extra inning games they played the last 2 years. But, again, we found ourselves in a competitive ball game here between Crown Point and Andrean.
Yeah, it's going to be a real nail-biter out here. I was, the situation there with the runner coming home, a late break like that, I'm going, whoa, what's happening? I can now as I look back. Do we have a replay of any of that? We don't have that, Zach? Now that as I think back on it, I don't know if there was obstruction on there or not, but you're right, the arm, you got to look to the ump.
I saw her round third, and when she rounded third, there wasn't anything like after she touched third base. Maybe it was something that happened right before she touched third base that I didn't get to see as she came around third. Either way, an unfortunate ending to what could have been a very promising inning for the Bulldogs after the E7.
Well, yeah, you had the potential winning run was at third base. But now they've tied it.
Yep, and Danny Poskin coming to the plate here, designated player for the day. Paige Lysert still on the mound, delivers a strike on strike 1 and a ball on her second pitch here to Danny. Here's the pitch, swing, and fouled off to the right side. Here's the pitch from Paige. Smoked down the left field line. Looks like it's going to be extra base hits. Ball tossed in, cut off, thrown to second. Lead off double for Danny Poskin. Huge hit for the 59ers, Chris.
Yeah, rope down the left field line. A rocket, one of the hardest hit balls of the day. And now Andrean with an opportunity to take the lead. Did we have a fan thrown out of here?
I don't think they.
I don't know that it actually happened. Did it?
I don't know if it actually happened. I do see one less patron there in the left corner that I thought was there. But, I'm not too sure if anybody was tossed out or
I thought I saw the ump give the heave-ho to a fan.
I might have just
but
missed
I haven't
that,
seen
Chris,
anybody
as I looked down at
leave.
the book. Ball off the outside. Looks like that'll bring us to 2-1 for Maddie McCoy. Or was that ball one? I apologize. It looks like 1-1.
1-1 is the count, yes, according to the scoreboard.
Swing and a miss by Maddie McCoy. One-two count for Maddie here. Infield looks like they're still expecting a bunt maybe. Runner on second, no outs. Strike 3 on the outside corner.
Boy, that is tough for a left-handed hitter who's kind of looking to slap it and wants to get out in front of that box. When that heat starts coming, Jimmy, there's not a whole lot you can do with it.
No, not a lot you can do with that, Chris. And you could try to slap something off and give it anything to foul it off, fight it off, but that couldn't really happen there for her. Maggie Volova coming up to the plate. Takes a ball for ball one on the upper outside part of the plate there. 1 out, top 7. 2-2 ball game here at Crown Point High School.
Looks like there's a pizza delivery. About 20 pizzas down there. Zach, go run and get us a couple slices.
Ball just missed on the inside half. I'm having pizza for dinner tonight regardless. So
are you?
It doesn't matter if they give it to me here at Crown Point or I get it when I go home. Some way or another, I'm getting some pizza.
There are boxes and boxes of them. Must be a post-game thing.
Oof. That one misses. Was that outside probably, Chris? I couldn't see from the catcher. Yep. So we're 3-0 now to Maggie Volova. Again, big-time on-base person for the 59ers. I wouldn't be surprised if she swings at a pitch she likes here. Takes strike 1. And I only say that, Chris, because of her explosive-type batting average that she has and, again, finds a way to get on base consistently. Here's the 3-1 from Paige. Swing and a miss by Maggie. We got a full count and 1 out. And Danny Poskin on second base after her leadoff rope of a double. Woo! Maggie takes strike 3 on the inside corner. Paige with another big-time out. Probably one of the biggest outs of the day. Huge strikeout against Andrean's leadoff hitter that has not struck out all season.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she was fooled by the pitch on that or just didn't like it and thought it was inside. But either way, that's a big out for Crown Point.
As Sadie Drusius takes ball 1 off the outside. Paige has done a great job settling in, as you said, and we've mentioned a few times, Chris, since she came in that 5th inning.
Yeah, she really has been a bright spot here today for Crown Point. She's done a great job in relief.
Comes back in here, gets another strike, evens the count up at 1-1 with 2 outs, and Sadie Drusius at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
1 strike away from being out of the jam. Andrean with a leadoff double. That runner has not moved at all.
Oh, 2 strikeouts since. Just missed the chance to get another one. Ball 2, 2-2. Big count, big situation. Big time hitter up for the 59ers. Sadie was batting .462 coming into today. She's put the ball in play every time she's been up. Not this time, Chris. Strike 3 again called on the inside corner. I don't know if anybody should be upset on the right-hand side of the bleachers. I thought that was a great pitch, great location.
Same spot as the previous strikeout pitch.
Same spot as the previous strikeout pitch. That is the end of the top of the 7th as we switch over to the bottom of the 7th with Crown Point coming up with their 5-6-7. We will see you soon on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Back here at Crown Point High School, bottom of the 7th, Corin Pert leading us off. First pitch from Abby Bond, called strike on the inside corner. These hitters keep looking back confused at the ump, Chris, and that call has been called all day long.
Yep, it's been called a lot in the last inning or so. You see something on the inside part of the plate, start swinging.
0-1 count to Corin. Pops, sit up foul behind us here at home plate. 0-2 count. Abby Bond still working here for the 59ers in the circle. Corin Pert having a rough day at the plate. 2 strikeouts so far. Now down to into a 1-2 count after taking ball 1. Too good of a hitter to think that she's not going to be able to make something happen. Abby Bond checking the wristband. Catcher doing the same. Fires. Corin Pert pops it up to the left side and out of play.
Jimmy, we're going to have some awards to name out after the game. A little difficult to start doing that in the tie ball game, however, in the 7th inning.
Yeah, very tough. We got some pretty
play
good
of the game and player of the game may yet to be determined.
I would say so. I think we're tough. It's going to be tough to decide those at this point. We're going to have to see how this one plays out a little bit. Corin really battling here, Chris.
Yeah, that was an off-speed pitch there.
Count.
Managed to get a piece of it. Great ball game out here today.
Abby Reddy's in the circle. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. That is a huge out for the 59ers.
That is a high fastball on the outside. She chased it, just couldn't resist.
And to be honest, Chris, looking at my book here, she has had her way, she being Abby Bond, with the bottom half of the CP order today. Let's see if they can change that fortune around. Molly Scott coming up for the Bulldogs. Molly looked on that one, Chris. Foul ball down the left field line.
Yeah, Crown Point, when they had the top of the order up last half inning, they were able to tie it up and almost take the lead, but that situation there with the runner rounding third.
Ball misses off the outside there. Yeah, tough situation there to unfold. We've had
the difference in the top
plays.
half of their order and bottom half in terms of batting average and on-base percentage is pretty clear. If you've got a runner on third, you got an easier shot for the bottom of your lineup to get that run home versus trying to manufacture a run here from home plate.
Totally agree.
Ball a lot of ways for a runner to score from third. A lot of ways, but
only one to do it from the batter's box.
That's it. There's only one way to do it from home plate.
If you want to be technical and we could talk Little League home runs, there's more than one way, right? But for the most part, there's only really one.
Yeah, this ain't Little League here for sure. So.
No, it is not. Pitch misses on the outside, 3-1. I'm trying to pause myself now after I got a little ahead of myself in the last inning with that late strike call. 3-1 count to Molly Scott. She's working a great at-bat here. Big time at-bat here in this game. She takes ball 4. Chris, if she can find a way to come around and score, I don't know how that wouldn't be the meat of the matter of our game here today. That could be a big-time walk.
Yeah, that could be the play of the game. It could be anything coming up here. But that is the go-ahead or the winning run, I should say, now at first base. potential superhero of the game at bat now with every hitter. You can drive that run in.
Absolutely. Chloe Wentz coming up for the Bulldogs. She takes a strike on the outside part of the plate for strike one.
We've got to think about our blue-collar player of the game as well.
I've got an idea or two, Chris. I think I've got a pretty good one for our blue-collar. Might have a few for superheroes, like you said. Could be TBD. I got one written down right now, but I still think that can be they can be supplanted, replaced.
Yeah, a game-winning hit could move somebody's status up in that. Woo! There's a pitch swung on and missed.
Swung on and missed by Chloe for strike three. Very fast at bat. Abby did a good job working through there. Man, if you're Crown Point, you got to think about stealing a base here, right, Chris?
Why not? Why not? Try to get that runner in scoring position.
You're looking at a lot of Ks in the book here in these last two hitters so far today. I feel like you want to get something moving if you're the coaches on the base paths. And again, it's not – we don't think the ladies are capable. They're obviously capable. They're varsity players. They're very good hitters. But
you improve your odds, you get in a scoring position.
Absolutely. You got to try to make something happen.
Yep. The pitcher might start thinking a little different with a runner, the game-winning run on second base in this situation. So, yeah, anything can happen, and I'm with you. I'd like to see that. I mean, if you're a Crown Point fan, you'd like to see that runner move up and get in scoring position because the odds are going to increase greatly for your offense.
And I'll be honest, Chris, if this was the 3 and 4 hitter of the 1 through 5 we mentioned earlier with this Crown Point team, I'd say the same thing. If you've struck out 4 times between the two, you got to try to make something happen here on the base pass and create a little bit of havoc, in my opinion.
Well, let's see what happens now.
1-1 count here to Samara. She takes ball 2 up and away.
Yeah, that runner's not going anywhere.
Samara working another good at-bat. It's not it hasn't been an at-bat issue. It's just they haven't made the contact. They've been up here swinging and hacking, having good at-bats, long at-bats, just haven't found ways to get on base at the bottom. Maybe they can break through here. Gap shot could possibly win it, Chris, and be that play of the game. Ball misses out for ball 3. 3-1. Andrean Faithful and Abby Bond don't like it. Abby checking the wristband. Getting the ball ready. The pitch. Ball misses.
Well, now we've got a runner in scoring position.
Now we got a runner in scoring position, and who do we have hitting this time?
We got 26 coming up to the plate.
We have number 26. I don't have a 26 on the Crown Point. Yes, I do. That is Samantha Dunlap. She's hitting for herself, Chris.
Okay, yep, because she's the right fielder.
Yes, she re-entered. That's where I'm sorry, I missed that. Yep,
yeah,
she re-entered. Yep. Sam Dunlap in.
Got a chance to be a superhero.
Ball 1 misses up and away to Sam Dunlap. As Chris mentioned, a chance for her to be our Lantern Man superhero player of the game.
Two and 0 now. We've got a hitter's count. There are 2 out in the inning, but that's the winning run out there on second base, so let's see what happens. Woo!
Ooh, man.
Got out too far in front of it.
Yanked that one foul, but she liked what she saw, and she jumped all over it. She has a little bit of more patience, as we say in all the games of life we play.
That could have cleared defense.
Matter, right?
Yep, that could have cleared defense.
Yeah, that could have been a nice little shot to put the Bulldogs in victory.
Base hit up the middle.
Looks like we're going to have a play at the plate, Chris. She fires home. The play. She is saved. Crown Point wins on a walk-off single. Walk-off single by Sam Dunlap. Big-time hit in a big-time situation. And we may have had our superhero come to life.
We had our superhero and our play of the game all in one right there. We got there's the replay. Jack, can you show that again? Boy, I got to be honest. I think the draft is playing into this maybe. You think she was safe, Zach, or out?
Zach's got her safe.
Zach
I had
said
her safe
all
too.
the way?
I thought she got her hand in there right before the tag.
It was bang either way, I'll tell you what. What a great game out here. What a great game it was. Wow, how thrilling.
Oh,
all right, let's get to the awards. All right.
All right.
I'm going to start with the meat of the matter.
So
the real difference in the game.
All right, so I made a quick change because originally I said to you guys on the broadcast in this inning that it could be that Molly Scott walk. I'm going to have to make a quick change up. I think, Chris, it was Paige Leiser coming in and shutting the door in the 5th inning. I think the third strikeout to get that out, or that third out of that 5th inning, I think that was the meat of the matter. Yeah. It completely shut down Andrean's offense and turned the tide of the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with.
And it's tough to – my original, again, like I said, was Molly Scott. I think she's going to be our play of the game for her hustle and scoring of that final run. I think that combined with the RBI single.
Yeah, that final
play,
at bat
right?
is definitely going to be our play of the game here. No question about it. The winning. I mean, you win on the last play of the game in a situation like that at home. That is definitely our Proud Union home play of the game today. But at the same time, and it's rare that we have this, the same at bat, we're giving out 2 awards because the hitter on that.
Sam Dunlap, the superhero of the game, 9-hitter, had a strikeout early, gets pinch hit for, comes back in, doesn't show that it bothers her at all. She rips a single up the middle to win the game for the Bulldogs. That's got to be our Crowell Lantern Man superhero player of the game.
Brought to you by Crowell Insurance, the Crowell companies with offices in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Great game out here today. We've got now our Boilermakers blue-collar player of the game brought to us by Local 374. This is the hard-working player doing the dirty deeds out there. What do you got for us, Jimmy?
So I thought Abby Bond from Andrean pitched lights out. She worked so hard in the circle to give Andrean a chance to win this game, and unfortunately it just didn't work out for her that way today. But she pitched a great game, struck out, I believe, 10 Bulldogs. 1, 2.
Hey, Zach, go ahead if you can,
strikeouts
and we'll write these down so we can get these on the internet later. She pitched a great game. And she could have, if Andrean wins this under different circumstances, she could be the superhero of the game. That's how well she pitched out there.
She was written on my sheet already and got the name crossed out just because of the way this played out here. And like you said, last play we get superhero and play of the game in the same play, which we don't see too often.
Absolutely. So, all right, Zach, do we have all of those? What else do we have to cover here? We've got, We've done them.
Our great hands.
The great hands play of the game. Okay, our great hands player or play of the game, as it may be. What do we got on this one?
I thought it was Ashlyn Kidda, that line-out catch in the top of the third. I mentioned it to you off the broadcast a little bit. She had a line drive shot hit to her. It ended up preventing Andrean from scoring a few runs in that inning. They had 2 on base at the time, and that line-out shot and a catch made there by Ashlyn Kidda prevented probably 2 runs from scoring because that ball would have been down in that right field corner.
We'll go with that. So our best hands in the business play brought to you by Bricklayers Local 4. They are the best hands in the business. So I think we've got everything covered. I want to thank the coaches for both teams today sending us in information. Angie Richwalski for Crown Point and Miranda Ellish for the Andrean 59ers. Crown Point knocks off the number 1 team in Class 2A today. Thank you to Bill DeRula, the athletic director at Crown Point High School, for being gracious enough to allow us to come out here and give us permission and approval to bring our crew and set up and do the game live. So thank you, Bill, for that. Our crew today, Justin Cole is out on the camera. Zach Sinelli to my right handling production details. Jimmy McCormick is handling play-by-play, and I'm just hanging around. It's a lot of fun to do this. So thank you, everybody, for watching and tuning in today. Thank you to all of our sponsors as well. And weather permitting, we'll be out at Lake Central tomorrow night for baseball. First official night game on the campus of Lake Central High School for baseball. It's Munster and Munster and Lake Central going at it tomorrow night. The Mustangs and the Indians, 7 o'clock is the scheduled first pitch. However, there is a forecast of rain in that, so we'll play it by ear. But thanks, everybody, for watching. Jimmy, any final thoughts?
No, great game, great day to come out to a game at a great place, and we got to see an exciting one here between Crown Point and Andrean. Best of luck to both teams moving forward. Can't wait to see both of them again at some point, hopefully.
And that's going to do it for us here. We're going to sign off. I'm Chris Ramirez. Thank you for watching, everybody. This has been a production of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.